Enjoying playing with us this morning. We repositioned so that we could go from golden light to hopefully having some cheetah. Look at this. Look at those claws. Right, I'm going to sit very quietly because the world needs to see this. Good morning and welcome to sunny South Africa, where we are sitting in the Sabi Sand Game Reserve with two young cheetah. My name is Taylor McCurdy, and on camera with me today is David. And this is a live and interactive safari. It's happening right now. So if you do have any questions, all you're going to have to do is just comment away. Now, this is very exciting. We stumbled across them earlier this morning. We were actually searching for lions. We didn't find lions, and I'm not disappointed about that at all, because these two, I don't know, they must be about between 7 and 8 month old cubs have been entertaining us all morning long, and I hope that they're going to put on a show for all of you that have just joined us. They're relaxing now, but don't let that fool you. As soon as this one that's in the tree hops down on the ground, I think we're going to be in for some more entertainment. They're young, they've got all energy. I reckon they've been resting up quite nicely. They're looking a little bit lean, so perhaps they're also hungry too. Mom's going to need to catch them some breakfast. And well, while she sort of plots her next move, these two are just having the greatest time playing with one another. There's Mom over there keeping a watchful eye on them. She's just sitting over there, not too bothered. Now, I must tell you that we repositioned when these cheetah were well, not anywhere where we are right now. And they seem to be enjoying the entertainment of the cars this morning. And they came running over, chasing one another. And then they just decided, well, that this tree over here is the perfect spot to climb. And for those of you who are wondering why a cheetah is in the tree, because some of you may know that it's the leopards that are the specialists at tree climbing. They utilize them to also stash their prey. Cheetah don't do that. Cheetah don't take their kills up trees, but they do use trees for vantage points. Now, not necessarily here in South Africa in the Sabi Sand, where, well, it's quite wooded. It's not the big wide open plains in the Serengeti in Tanzania or the Masai Mara in Kenya. There it's a completely different type of story. There it's really flat, and it helps them a lot to climb up onto the top of a termite mound, to climb up into a fallen tree, or even not even a fallen tree. A big standing tree that's alive will do too. And they'll use those to scan around. Now, Andrew, thank you so much for being the first comment today. You've said that this is amazing. It is. It's great. And thank you so much. If you've got any questions about cheetah, I'd love to answer them. Well, tell us where you're from, Andrew. Let's see how far away in the world you are. There we go. Youngster joining us. Another one joining us now. I think it's a young male and a young female. This is the first time I've actually ever seen these cheetah before. So the area that we're in at the moment is a big, wide, open wildlife system. So it's called the Greater Kruger. And essentially the Sabi Sand, which is about 60,000 hectares or so, is open to the rest. Oh, look how close they are. Hello. Sorry, I'm just looking at this getting very curious. I'm going to step back just slightly. Naughty cheetah. He's just smelling my tire. Now, it's very important. Like I said, they're quite happy to come and run right up towards us. And that we make sure that we do not teach these animals any bad habits. They are wild, but because they're interacting with cars all the time, these cubs have been interacting with vehicles since they were very, very young. You can see how relaxed they are. So like I said, they are wild. They hunt for themselves. We don't feed them. We don't intervene whatsoever. We're just here to observe. And because of this amazing relationship we have with the... Oh, ow, that must have been sore. Oh, yes, now you've got a little limp. That was silly, wasn't it? They're going to learn the hard way, playing around, try to leap over the log, and then, well, sister... No, not sister. The little brother decided to practice an ankle tap. And that was at the worst moment for the cheetah. Would have been good if it was actually some prey. Yes, that sounded like it hurt a little bit. I think you need to just settle down slightly. And they do. They run the risk when they play like this. They can hurt themselves, and it could end up being a life-threatening injury. I don't think that that's the case here today. I think it's like if you knock your elbow on a table, for an example, how it hurts. It feels like the world is going to end for just a little bit. But a couple of minutes later, it's all back to normal. I think that's what's just happened here. So don't worry about that, cheetah. They're tough, and they will be okay. But they have to be, yeah, they have to be careful. That was not clever. I was waiting for that to happen. It's like two kids. We were talking about it actually just a little bit earlier on Safari Live, how the way that they play resembles a brother and a sister having a bit of a wrestling match at home. And I said one always ends in tears, and that's exactly what's happened now, is that one's hurt itself and gone, I'm not playing anymore. I don't want to do this. This was fun in the beginning. It's not fun anymore. Kumar, no, it has not broken its leg. It hasn't, I promised. They are very tough, strong animals. It did hit like I said, it's just like if you were to hit your funny bone in your elbow, it feels like you can do nothing. And that's, your entire body is sore and it's painful for that minute. It has not broken its leg. Don't you worry about that. It would take a lot more. It just knocked the log slightly and tripped. Now, Kalina, no, I would not call the vet if this cheetah was really, really hurt. And the reason why I wouldn't call the vet is because these are wild animals, and that cheetah did it to itself. The only time we intervene is when an injury is caused because of human interference. So, for example, if a cheetah has a snare around it, or an elephant or a leopard or a lion or any of the animals, so a piece of wire which they'll use to try and make traps for poachers, you know, illegally hunting on the property. So then we'll call the vets in to come and remove that. If a disease, for instance, like rabies or canine distemper is brought in because of domestic dogs on the outside of the reserves come in, then the vets and things will have to come and intervene. And if it is a case because of poaching, so for example, if an elephant or a rhino or a lion or somebody's been poisoned or shot, then we will intervene. Otherwise, we let nature take its course. There's very little you could do for a cheetah with a broken leg. First, you would be taking this young cub away from its home, from its mother, and it would have to go off. I'd assume that they'd have to make some kind of sling, maybe even operate on it. These animals do not react well to anesthetic, so there could be complications and the animal could die in the process. And, well, it's going to lose out on valuable time spent with its mother, because their moms help teach them how to hunt, how to kill. And if you haven't had that, how is it going to survive in the wild anyway? So you know what? We as humans, we often want to intervene, and it's a big problem, but here we try and limit it. So like I said, that was an injury, and I think it will be fine. It might have a little limp for a couple of hours, but I can promise you right now, by tomorrow, it'll be up, and it'll be fit and running around. But I think that was just a little